How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Satoshi back in house for another video, and today I've planned out the top 10 most prominent figures in the cryptocurrency world for you to know. Now, this is just an article on the internet, and it does include some of the biggest players in crypto, such as Satoshi, such as Chez, and a few people that I already talked about in previous videos that you can check out right here. But there are a few that aren't actually mentioned, such as Elon Musk, who is a very prominent figure in the crypto world in general. John McAfee, who I believe is not even alive at this point anymore. But, there's a lot of people that I'm not going to mention in today's video. And the whole point is, maybe if you have a suggestion for me, you can drop it down in the comments below. But one more very important thing is that if there is another article that I find in the future with some more prominent people in the crypto world, I'm going to talk about their histories as well. And obviously at the end of the video, what I'm going to do is a little technical recap when it comes to Binance, Bitcoin, and all of these, larger cryptocurrency price actions. But I'm going to remove all the drawings and start from scratch so you guys can see how I do the technicals. But you're gonna have to wait until the end of the video for that. So without further ado, let's just get straight into who is Satoshi Nakamoto. Just a little recap about him. So is this guy actually Satoshi? Probably not, and I did discuss that in my Satoshi video, but he is the most mysterious personality in the cryptocurrency world, and it's probably just a pseudonym, right? So we have no idea who actually created Bitcoin. We have no idea, was it a person or an entity or a business or a corporation or a government? But in any case, whoever developed the Bitcoin protocol and created the first version of the software is known as Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, there are several theories out there, which I do discuss in my past Satoshi video, but there are two leading suspects right here. The first one is Nick Szabo, who is the developer of smart contract technology and developed the BitGold algorithm of decentralized virtual currency and published it just a few months before Bitcoin actually appeared in Nakamoto's article. So, this guy is pretty suspicious, but the next suspect would be Craig Wright, who filed more than 150 patent applications for the authorship of this distributed registry technology, smart contracts, and 6 cryptocurrencies out there, which basically means that, he tried to claim that he was Satoshi, but this kind of seems suspicious. He's just trying to take the credit for something that probably somebody else did. So we're gonna move on from Craig Wright. We have the second guy in the crypto world. It is none other than Vitalik Buterin. So this is the founder of Ethereum. He gained his fame as creating the world's second largest cryptocurrency in the entire world at the age of just 7 years old. He wrote his first computer game using Excel macros. So I'm not really in the programming world, but I know a thing or two about Excel, and just seeing this Excel macros right here and the fact that this guy created a game from it, I mean, come on, that's really cool stuff. And he's a genius, right? Child genius, genius prodigy all throughout his world. Through the age of 10, 11, 12, he was studying C++, began developing full-fledged games, and as soon as blockchain entered his life in 2011, he started gaining interest. And by 2013, he'd already realized the shortcomings of Bitcoin, and he wanted to fix them using this Ethereum. So by 2014, he actually fully funded and launched his project Ethereum through an online crowd sale. So, even though he was a genius boy developer at first, he did still have a little bit of that click. So he was able to, push Ethereum out there and gain all of these supporters that was much needed back in the day to make it all happen. Now, obviously, he did have some partners with him probably at the time, but this is a story that I may actually get into in another video in the future. So if you want to see it, drop a like on this video right now. Now, it can be said that, Ethereum is open source, which is a very smart move from Vitalik. Because it allowed hundreds of developers out there to write up their own projects on the Ethereum blockchain while saving resources and time. And today there's over 1,000 projects on Ethereum. Now, third of all, we have Pavel Durov, right? This is the founder of VK and Telegram. He's a Russian entrepreneur and the developer best known for founding the social networking site VK and later Telegram. Now, VK is vContact, but Telegram is what interests me right here. He developed, the Telegram Open Network and started developing this Ton blockchain platform and the Gram cryptocurrency, which is all, in part of Telegram. And, he already attracted $1.7 billion from more than 170 investors for the development of these two projects, which is how he actually entered the crypto world. But just the fact that this guy created Telegram puts him on the radar for me personally for one of the top influential people in the crypto world, because Telegram is, we all use Telegram, right? We're using Telegram for the Satoshi Club, which you can check out down in the description, by the way. I use Telegram, a lot of people use Telegram out there for crypto talk, because it is the best platform out there. And for me personally, it literally feels so much better typing on Telegram than it does on a few other messengers out there. Now, we have Changpeng Zhao, which is misspelled on this article, but I'm going to tell you that I did already create a video about Changpeng, and you can check it out right here. He is the founder and the CEO of Binance. I'm going to leave you to the other video because I explained everything in a lot more detail, but in general, this guy specialized in trading. He did work in Bloomberg. He did work in the New York Stock Exchange. He was in Wall Street, but thanks to all of this experience of fundraising and, doing all of these things in the stock market, it took Binance only 180 days or half a year to become the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. So CZ is a phenomenal businessman. He's a phenomenal trader. He had a phenomenal vision, and right now he's operating the largest exchange in the entire world. Now, Brian Armstrong, this is the co-founder of Coinbase, a California cryptocurrency exchange. He worked as a programmer for major companies back in the day, but after receiving venture capital funding back in 2012, he launched Coinbase, one of the world's first cryptocurrency exchanges out there. And today, Coinbase is one of the most popular platforms for buying and selling cryptocurrencies for fiat money, where traders are able to buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin using their regular bank cards, which is, it just makes the whole process really simple. So thank you, Brian, for bringing this to us. And next up, we have Brandon Chez, which is the CEO and founder of CoinMarketCap. Now, this is the largest online cryptocurrency aggregator. I do use it in my videos sometimes. It's very useful to check out the situation on an aggregate scale, on a larger scale. If you want to, sort your cryptocurrencies, check out only metaverse projects, do stuff like that. Yeah, that's what Brandon Chez actually brought us. And on January 8th, 2018, almost all cryptocurrencies fell in value by 15% because there was a mistake on, CoinMarketCap that excluded data from South Korean exchanges, which kind of artificially lowered the prices and caused people to start selling. But yeah, it turns out Brandon was the culprit of this. But in any case, it was a pretty fun and interesting situation, and we'll move on. There's only a few people left, and I can't wait to get into the technicals at the end of the video because we do have a very interesting market situation happening right now. Now, we have Charlie Lee. He is a very talented programmer and computer scientist from Japan. He is the creator of Litecoin, the third cryptocurrency in history, and he learned about blockchain in 2011, much like Vitalik as well, by reading an article on Bitcoin. And he was so intrigued that he immediately bought one Bitcoin for $30, and in the same year, he created the open source cryptographic protocol called Litecoin, which is an early spin-off of an altcoin, right? And he also got a job at the largest Coinbase exchange. But in the summer of 2017, Charlie Lee left Coinbase and completely focused on developing Litecoin. The main purpose of Litecoin is payments on the internet, which is what, it's still focusing to do at this point. Now, Alex Reinhardt is a serial entrepreneur and venture investor from Germany. He earned thousands of marks back in the day by selling products to German pension funds. And in 2015, he survived the betrayal of partners who had effectively bankrupted his business. But in any case, he came back to create this Platinum Coin, a cryptocurrency network that aims to create accessibility for cryptocurrencies to every single user in the world and give people a simple tool to enter the financial market. So Alex Reinhardt, honorable mention right here. Honestly, I would put a few other people before these last few people on this list, such as John McAfee, for example, and I have a few on top of my head, but I'm going to leave it for the next video where I'm going to create my own list of influential people. But we have David A. Marcus, which is Libra's director, which is Facebook's blockchain, right, that they're developing, and the former president of PayPal, which is Musk's company, or former company. Now, since 2018, David has been responsible for the Facebook blockchain business, and since 2019, he has headed the Calibra or Libra project, which is the new crypto developed by Facebook and other companies. Now, some people see this Facebook initiative as a threat to the anonymity and decentralization of the blockchain itself, while on the other hand, others see it as the long-awaited breakthrough for blockchain technology. What do you think? It's sort of like the Facebook metaverse or meta versus Decentraland video that I made very recently. It's sort of like that. There's always two sides to every story, and I really wonder what you guys are thinking out there. And lastly, we have that Libra is a global currency based on blockchain technology, the value of which is tied to a basket of real world currencies. And lastly, we have Roger Ver, who is known as the Bitcoin Jesus, because he found out about Bitcoin in 2011 and he immediately started investing heavily in technology and also conducting educational activities such as posting advertisements on roadside billboards and posting them on the internet, where he lectured to school children, distributed free tokens, and basically he just tried to educate people and pump Bitcoin even back in the day. But in another stage of his life, Verse spent 10 years in prison for illegally selling explosives, so that's a fun fact as well. But he was an early supporter of Bitcoin Cash as well, one of the famous forks of Bitcoin, and his main bugbear with Bitcoin is what he claims it is too small in block size and his gripe with the low transaction speed. So he is advocating for Bitcoin Cash, and he is still in that type of world. But I'm very interested in how this guy went from teaching children about Bitcoin to spending 10 years in prison for illegally selling explosives. Pretty funny story. Okay, but that's it for the 10 most influential people when it comes to Bitcoin. We are still laying down below the 18 to 20k level. This is what I would call a very strong zone of support / resistance, and you can see in the past that it did coincide with the previous all-time high level. And currently what we can see is simply the price just breaking down below. But on the other hand, we did make a nice relative strength index divergence down here, so it could be a reversal sign going towards more upside. So I guess at this point there is, well, this is not guessing, this is just me analyzing the market. And what you can see is if the price actually breaks down below this area right here, it is very likely that we can continue moving down into the 10k mark, because that's our next zone of support / resistance that we can see right about here. And if we break down below this level, it's very likely that we move in down there. Now, if we don't break below this level, and if we actually start moving back up, we're gonna have to make a nice little break of this downtrend, right? Which we can see is quite, it's kind of already broken, but it's not too clean in my opinion. So we're just gonna have to wait for the price to break above the 18k level, or simply above this zone of support / resistance on the larger time frames, if we're gonna see price moving up once more. And on the weekly time frame, what we can see is quite a reversal happening, but we also saw quite a red candle going down. So I guess we are gonna have to have the next, or this current weekly candle closing above the previous blue candle right here. And if we're going to continue moving up in the near term. So that's it for Bitcoin, and I just wanted to touch up on the US 500 as well. We did see a correction towards the upside, but very recently the US 500 has started falling once again, exactly as I predicted, and it's starting to move down once again. So this is something that you should keep in mind when trading Bitcoin, when trading anything out there. The US 500 is a very important indicator, and if it's going down, it probably means that Bitcoin will go down a little bit more as well, since they are correlated. But that's it for today's video. I'm not a financial advisor, and you should do your own due diligence before investing into anything in the blockchain, crypto, or NFT world. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below with your favorite thoughts, and I guess I'll see you all in the next video. Adios.